We are live, and why not? It is exactly 1:11. It is the perfect time to start a live, and I entitled this live Protect Your Power by Walking Away. And by walking away, that means knowing where you are wanted, knowing where you are wanted. That's it. Um, Often in my lives, I am asked, well, yesterday someone asked me, how do you protect your peace and maybe stay in your power? And I thought the two aren't combined. The two aren't combined at all. It's walking away and protecting your peace. Number one, um, I don't think about protecting my peace because my peace is always protected. Everywhere I go, hello, Mag. Thank you for rushing in, the first to like the live. I mean, stunning, stunning. I just have to match the sun. And I also did a little, what is it called? It would be remade fashion. Like this is one of my I've always loved silk. I always love silk. What's up, the Super C podcast on YouTube Live? And my dad always had nice pressed silk shirts, aloha shirts. All his shirts were always dry cleaned and pressed, and they were silk. So I had a bunch of them, and I made this one into a dress because I love the aloha material. I love the uh, pattern, and just one secondly, you standing in your power and protecting your peace aren't congruent. Someone in my live said, how do you stand in your power and protect your peace? Like it's not the same thing. I'm not actively protecting my peace. The only things that come to me are peaceful, and I'm always protected. There's that. However, it comes from knowing you. It comes from knowing, oh, when I'm around this person, I don't feel my best. And I had mentioned if you go action you want to take once you get back home is to sleep, listen to that. That may be a problem. If you are out and you come back home, thank you, Divine Light, for the heart hands. And I haven't actually seen you in the longest time come across my uh, feed. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for the heart hands. If you go out somewhere and immediately when you come back home, you want to go to sleep, that's probably not a place that you need to be. Like places are actually spaces of upliftment and energizing. If you go somewhere, someone was telling me every time I go to church, the first thing I want to do when I come home is go to sleep. I would, why is that? Where is there a place that you go that when you come home you don't want to go to sleep? I am divine, hydrated, happy, joyful, and perfectly where I need to be. Exactly. Looking good, feeling good in the sun. As I said, I made this dress by I took this shirt from my dad and I buttoned one button and then I just tied up the sleeves at the waist and I made a little sundress. You know, just had to zhuzh it up, had to restyle it, had to remake it. And I love silk. You will always hear me talk about silk. Silk is great in the winter, it's great in the summer, it's so sexy, it's so magical. I love silk. I love the textile. I love the fabric, and I love how it just lays on your body, especially when it's warm. Silk or linen. And that's how I can tell when people have lived in warm places. They actually know how to balance and use fabric. because yeah, I'm not, that's why I don't live. This is the Super T podcast show is sending me messages on YouTube live, and she said it's cold and snowing on the East Coast. I know, I've lived there. What's up, Brian? That's why I won't be there during the winter. This is why I'm magical. I just refuse to do that. Like, and I had shared, this is, a lot of individuals don't understand their power to create the life that they want. I was serious when I said, I don't want to like have a winter. First of all, I don't, winter for me doesn't have to mean snow. I get to dictate what my winter means. I can be in a space where I have enough flexibility that wherever I go, I'm always creating wealth, and I do not have to be somewhere just because I have to. No, I don't. I can leave. Or I don't have to be there. Like, it's miserable for for 3 or 4 months. And I share this as someone who has. I've done both. When I'm saying this, because I did live in New Jersey, I did live in DC, I did live in New York, I did live in London and Europe, and these places have real winters and they're great. I just don't care to do that. For me to say, I don't like this, I don't want another winter like this, I can't stand the snow, but then keep standing the snow for the rest of my life, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Change it. And I remember there was a record blizzard cold in the New York, New Jersey area within the past 10 years. And I was like, I'm not going to do this. I do travel the world and I do prefer to be in a warm environment. My body is best in a warm environment. We move more. We're able to be outside. And the more you move, the healthier your body's going to be. If you are out in the garden, if you get to walk to your mailbox or walk to your local shop, that movement is always encouraging our body to move and exercise. Get away from my water. But I meant that. I'm really serious about this. And I was listening to something. This black cat just keeps trying to drink my water. And it's probably a magical being, but I'm not sharing my water with you. So I'll hold up my water until it leaves because I stay hydrated. Here's the thing. I love being in the sun. You see me in the sun. You will always see me hydrating. From living on an island and being in warm destinations, you have to hydrate with the sweating or the movement. But here's the other thing. You have to hydrate anyway. If you're in the cold snow, you still need to hydrate. Hydration is important, right? Thank you, Ruth, for the follow. So I said, yeah, I'm never going to live in the snow again. And I have, and it is beautiful. The first snow is always beautiful, the first week or so. The other thing is, as a person that utilizes the beauty of public transport, especially if you're in New York or London or Paris or any of these places, you don't need a car. However, to be a flight attendant, to be in the snow, to drag my bag through the snow, walking to the train station, I don't care for that. I also don't care, well, I wouldn't do this, but for someone to scrape my windshield, someone would do that because I wouldn't do that. If I had to, I would, but I could have someone do it for me. Don't care to do it. I look best with a little tan. You look sick. Like, I'm not sick, first of all. My life. This is how, at times, when people are on my lives, it doesn't always connect because I truly do what I want. If I don't want to live somewhere, I'll move. If I don't want to be in the snow, I'll leave. If I don't like how if I'm aware of what I feel when I'm around certain individuals, I'm not going to be around certain individuals. And that's a part of maturing and being a aware adult. Understand that it's not that you're drained or you're an introvert. You just don't need to be at the places you consistently go to. And you have not figured out that it's actually the places and the people that are creating this. When people say I'm an introvert, no, you're not. You're an what's up, Super T? You're an extrovert where you want to be. So it's not. This is also why I don't grab onto these labels like I'm an introvert, I'm a vegan. I like how I'm hope. I'm where I want to be, and I am in the places that best serve me. If I go somewhere and my first instinct when I see someone is discomfort in my gut, that's a sign. Listen to that. That's a sign. It is not that you need to tell the person how to treat you and tell them why they should do this and tell them. Just remove yourself. Just remove yourself. If you go somewhere that you have been going for your entire life and your entire life it hasn't felt good, you don't have to go there anymore. You don't have to be there as an adult. You're an adult. You're an adult. You get to choose where you put yourself, your energy, your love, your time. You get to choose. Here's the other thing, and I've seen content about like you don't have to tell anybody anything. You don't. I don't. You 50 Cent said something and it's poignant. You don't owe anyone anything and no one owes you anything. No one owes you anything. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your friends. No one owes you anything. So imagine embracing that no one owes me anything. They don't have to actually. Someone came on my live and said, yeah, well, people have to respect me. People show up how they show up. I'm in my own world. I probably wouldn't notice. But at the same time, I always show up with love and respect. So it's not often where I encounter someone who's blatantly disrespectful. And if I did, that's a lesson in itself. It's not always for me to show them why they need to be. I don't. My life is good. Like when there's a realization of the power you control by just saying, I actually don't have to address that. I don't need to announce anything. And I found this out because I'm with at my parents' home, and I have been away for close to 20 years. Now, I would come back for weeks at a time, sometimes a month at a time, and stay with my parents and visit friends and family in my home city. But since the age of 22, I have not lived full time in my hometown purposely. I needed to go and grow and break the the mental molds of what was acceptable for me as a person, as a human, as a woman. And I did that through travel. I did that from getting away. I did that through traveling the world on my own, creating my story, it, moving to different places, learning how to manage money and make money and leverage money, and seeing how there were thought patterns that may not allowed me to feel comfortable in spaces that doesn't exist. I'm comfortable everywhere I go, and I'm here to share that. So are you. You are able to dominate and feel comfortable, not because everyone's acting right, not because everyone agrees with you, not because everyone operates the way you see them to operate. It's truly being at peace and love and understanding of yourself, and understanding that maybe lessons or what we would consider difficulties are for us to learn and grow, not for us to shape shift and change so someone will like us or someone will pick us, or someone will say that's acceptable. Maybe it's a lesson for me to grow into a bigger space of what I thought I am. Does that make sense? And so when I see the subtleties of maybe codependence, and this is within uh, people, servitude, especially as a woman, at times it is not even said but implemented through so many different ways that uh, women should comfort of others. Let me ensure you're comfortable. Let me ensure that you're not offended, especially towards men. There's this space where allow a man to feel uncomfortable or question, and how that wasn't always empowering, because as a human being, we are just human beings. Whatever societal structures that gender assigns actually don't have anything to do with me. Maybe that's for me to learn that I am unique within what I am. And I'm sharing this to go back to, it's not always that feeling of I have to protect my peace. Sometimes it's the feeling of I don't actually like it here. I've never liked it here. I don't have to be here. I don't actually like the treatment that someone is consistently showing me. Therefore, I don't have to show up. I do not have to show up. And I'm okay with that. And I say this because when I say I don't care, I don't. But it comes from so many years being with myself and learning the beauty of the power of me being able to say yes, no. No, this isn't for me. Yes, this is for me. And the sun feels great. And understanding that power, and understanding that there's a space where I have felt my power may be too great, and that may offend or allow someone not to be in their power. And we all have unique powers. The fact that I could turn this shirt into like a dress, just button it and tie some things, and now it's a silk sundress. That is my uniqueness. But there might have been a time where I wouldn't want to showcase this. Does this make sense? Has anyone ever felt that their uniqueness, their own abilities that are unique for them, created a feeling of that was uncomfortable because what you have may stand out, your light may shine. Thank you, Prophet. And it's time for everyone to shine their light. It's time for that power to be seen, because there is this beautiful shift. Today just feels so good. I just feel so great today. I've been feeling great. You might have seen the physical change, but it's just that, like, I feel amazing. Thank you, Mag. Send more roses. We gotta up the likes. We gotta up the gifts. Thank you for the roses, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When I speak of this grand gesture, I will constantly say on my lives, a grand gesture has to be demonstrated, because otherwise I don't see it. And you want to see it. You want to see it. I'm hope. Here's the other thing. Toot toot. I will toot my own horn. I know the miraculousness that is me. Therefore, not only will I not accept anything that is of equal and better value, I don't even see anything that isn't. And I also share that purposely because the individuals that are able to stand beside me, they know it, they don't ask permission, and they easily know. They just know. And it's a nice feeling. It's a very nice feeling. This Thank you, Mag. Even more roses, even more. But did you see the gift that I asked for? Here's the other thing. Someone would say, "Hope, it's the thought that matters." No, it's the gift that matters. If I say this is what I would like, and something else is given, sure, the thought, yes. But if I explicitly ask for this, then why do I need to give a reward for your thought of buying me something else or gifting something else? I do accept the gift. I am always in that space of gratitude and bring me what I asked for. That's all. That's simple. That's simple, right? Bring me what I asked for. And on my story, I made a story yesterday while I was on my afternoon walk. Good afternoon, Mr. Stewart. And I had gone back. I had walked past a bunch of California poppy, golden poppy flowers, which are, I love my roses, you know, I love my roses, but these were the California golden poppy. It's a bright orange flower. It's on my story, and it is the state flower of California. It is beautiful. It is called the California golden poppy. It is bright orange. It is lush. It is often right now alongside the freeways throughout the whole of California, and it grows naturally. And it was, yes, yes, Moringa Ottawa on YouTube. You needed to hear about the flowers today. So these flowers are called the golden poppy because during the gold rush in the 1820s, 30s, 40s, yeah, let me say between the 1830s and 50s in California, these bright golden flowers were reminiscent of the gold that was being panned and found throughout California. So the name is a ode to the California Gold Rush. And especially in grade school in the state of California, there are several modules about the California Gold Rush because it was similar to other um, eras that we've seen. Someone discovers something that is profitable and beneficial, and others hear about it and they come to be a part. And the beauty of that, the beauty of there's something there. There is a mineral there, there is abundance there, there is wealth there that we are all able to source. There's enough for everyone. So, everyone, come and source your wealth, source your abundance, source your riches. And with the California Gold Rush, that did increase a flow of people coming to California to mine for gold. But it also started that coincided with the Railroad Act of, Google it. I don't. It's 18 something, but it was the Railroad Act that stopped certain individuals from entering the country because the gold rush was happening, the Railroad Act was happening, railroads were being built throughout California, and there needed to be more power to build, more hands. So there was immigrants from, say, parts of China that came over to help build the railroads. And as it happens, especially in spaces like this, someone feels that too many what would be called outsiders are coming in and being able to source the abundance. So there may need to be a stoppage of that. And there was a law enacted that stated no individuals from this country are no longer able to enter not only the US, but the state of California. And it was a lot different. It's not like there was passports. It was a lot different. But I share that because there's this belief of when there is abundance, I need to keep it for myself. So I need to ensure that others that I don't seem worthy, I don't deem fit, deem worthy from sourcing. When in reality, abundance is abundance. There's never a lack. In fact, if you see there's a lack, and there's a space of ensuring others aren't able to profit from that abundance, may stop the other person's abundance. Does that make sense? And in all of that, people are still sourcing abundance. There's still so much that can be done. There's work on the railroad. There is the gold mine. There is the start of agriculture. There's all of these budding opportunities. And in reality, it doesn't matter when you find that opportunity. An opportunity is an opportunity. Whether you were the first or you're at the tail end or you're just a part of it somehow, the opportunity is the opportunity. And I'm sharing this because opportunity is here for us all. If you discover an opportunity, the beauty is allowing others to be able to find the abundance in that opportunity as well. To understand abundance is to understand there's enough for everyone. It's not a feeling of lack. It's not a feeling of, I have to keep this. I need to make sure others stay out because I need it all for myself. The beauty is opening it to as many as possible. Does this make sense? And that just came up from the California Golden Poppy because I learned that in school. And I always thought I was like the California Golden Poppy flower because I'm bright and I'm vibrant and I'm beautiful. And it's just like, it just captures your eye. This flower just captures your eye. And I will make another post about it because I just love the flower. And although there is not a law against picking the flower, it is somewhat frowned upon to pick the golden poppy flower. Again, there is no actual, and thank you, Mag, for all of the roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There is no law, but no one will actually pick the flower because of really belief there is a law. I share that because if you have the wrong information, you could be locked out. You don't even know it's not illegal to pick this flower, but someone told me it was illegal. Well, the information is there. You can actually just Google it and see that you can actually pick the flower. And when you see this flower, think of me. Thank you, Prophet, for sending me a rose. However, I have to have more than one rose, Prophet. Thank you for sending more than one rose. And I see Danielle, I believe, has just entered the chat. So, knowing your power is knowing when to leave. Knowing your power is knowing, listen, I don't really care to be around this person. And every time I enter a space with this person, I feel a sense of thank you, thank you, thank you, Princess Buchanan. If I feel my stomach tighten or my shoulders tighten or my throat close up or just I don't feel safe, that is okay. You don't have to be there. Maybe there's something that needs to be said. But either way, take that as a sign. And this comes from yesterday. Someone said, how do you protect your peace? First of all, I'm always protected. There's nowhere I go where I feel I'm not protected. I don't ever believe any harm comes to me. But secondly, I tune into that. If I feel something's off with you, I don't question that. Why would you question your inner compass? Ask yourself that. You feel that your rationale brain has a better sense of what's best for you than your intuition or your inner compass? No, that's because someone's taught you out of trusting what you feel, trusting your decisions, trusting your judgment. Trust your judgment, trust your intuition, trust your discernment. Thank you, Prophet. I love all these roses. I love all these gifts. Learning to trust your discernment, that's my power. I trust my discernment. Secondly, why am I going to listen to you mofos? Really, when I say I've traveled the world and I've done all of this with myself, why would I listen to you? You've been in the same space since I left 22 years ago. Since we graduated high school 22 years ago, nothing has changed in your life. Why would I take direction, life advice, any sort of wisdom from you? You don't have the evidence of anything I would want in my life. I'm that discerning. Why would I listen to you? I would never live on an island. You've never lived anywhere but here. You haven't even been anywhere outside of here. And I'm not negating you. What I'm saying is that information that you're giving me is not useful. It's not useful at all. But unless you know your discernment and you know, like, oh, that's not useful, like that doesn't even bother me. Of course you would say that. You're afraid of trying to hear me and hear my successes and everything that I've tried and accomplished, because ultimately I just trust myself. That would be off-putting if you are the exact opposite. Sure. I don't even feel anything negative or need to counteract what you're saying. It's just noise. It doesn't mean anything. And learning that is, then you're able to float through life. I don't care what people say. People are always going to have their perception of how everyone shows up in life. That's it. The moment you can detach from that and understand it's meaningless, life is easy. Everyone will have a view of how you show up. I didn't say how you live your life. I didn't say the choices you make. I didn't say the bad person you are. I said how you show up in life. Because that's all they're seeing. You show up in life at the job or when they see you once a month. It doesn't mean who you are. It's just how you show up at that time through their perspective in life. That's it. That means nothing. You don't spend 24 hours with me. You see bits and parts of me. So for me to take your perception of how you see me showing up in the world and lead it to allowing me to make decisions based on your feedback, there's nothing beneficial from that. Nothing. I trust me. I trust me. This is what a lot of you don't get. There is no space that you actually trust yourself. So you can't even fathom going through life carefree, because every thought is what everyone else thinks about you, which no one's thinking about you. But let's assume they are. Let's assume they are thinking everything you're thinking. So what? So what? Let's actually assume they are thinking that you are a terrible parent. You are a terrible friend. You don't know how to dress. Accept that. So what? Why does that alter your day? Is it because you believe it too? Is it because you believe it too? Because if you believe that you're not that good parent, then you may be projecting they think I'm not a good parent. That's why whenever I see them, they have an attitude and they spilled their coffee. You will just start building stories. Here's the simplest thing. No one cares about you. That's what my dad told me. No one cares about you except me and your mother. We love you. Now, that is slightly toxic, but there's truth to that. And here's the other thing. I can detach from what my parents think about me because they are still humans. Now, I am considerate. The difference is, someone once told me, you are so inconsiderate. And I thought, okay, let me think of why. Because I've lived in spaces with other people and I'm extremely considerate because I've lived with other people. And I've had the worst roommates in the world. And to me, the least considerate is a roommate that is on a lease that does not pay what their obligations are and does not respect common spaces. That is the least considerate because, number one, if we're in a living situation like with a roommate, and this isn't with a partner, if I'm living with a partner like a gentleman, I won't pay and I haven't paid. This is if I actually have a roommate and they do not fulfill their financial obligations, meaning rent, utilities, anything. They just don't pay it. They pay it late. They're condescending. They just like don't care. And they do not respect common spaces. So, say a kitchen or a living room would be filled with dishes and food left out. That is the least amount of consideration. I would never do that just because I like a clean space. But for me, that is what I guess a bad roommate would be. So I can only think in those terms. So when the person said you are so non-considerate, I was thinking, I leave common spaces, I leave it everywhere better than I found it. I have to really think about what would be non-considerate. Now, if you hadn't been in a roommate situation, maybe non-consideration is not washing the dishes because you've never had a roommate situation. So for you, just a lack of not washing the dishes is the worst roommate. Does this make sense? What I'm sharing is, due to whatever you know about such situation will create your scale of good or bad, negative or positive. And this person said, you never consider my funds. And I thought, why would I ever think of someone else's financial situation? That is not in my thought process. Maybe this is in the other person's thought process, but that would take more questions. And I'm sharing this because it takes more questions. I can't just assume, I don't even know what that means. Exactly. I don't know what that means. And here's the other part of me. If the thought is this person is not considering my funds, really the a-hole, the boss in me is like, well, make more funds. That has nothing to do with me. In fact, that's a push to like, well, I just need to make so much where that doesn't, whatever the person I feel has done, I just need to make more. That is my thought process, but that's not truth. That is my understanding. That is not the entire understanding. And I'm sharing this because more questions have to be asked and a conversation has to be had to get to a solution, because at that time, there's only assumptions. And if a conversation isn't had, then nothing gets cleared up. And that takes awareness, that takes a confidence to say, hey, I didn't understand what you meant by that. Because for me, I always have my common spaces clean. In fact, I'll do more. If I make something to eat, I'll ensure that everyone has something to eat. I stay out of your way. So I don't understand what that means. Can you clarify that? Because I want to be at a space where this isn't a point of contention. That takes confidence. That takes being a leader. That takes detaching yourself instead of saying this person's wrong. They need to understand. I need to understand more. That's a power that is often underlooked. Sometimes it's labeled as a feminine attribute. Just being able to understand, just being able to ask more questions. Staying in a position of power by I'm always calm, cool, and collected. The man that angereth me killeth me. What in the world do I have to be angry about? And I saw this as a challenge when I worked on the airplane because how can I shift this situation into the most positive outcome for me and this passenger or for me? It was a challenge of what is the solution that will rectify this instead of I'm going to get huffy and puffy and have high blood pressure and sweat and get upset. Now, I'm always calm, cool, and collected. I'm the coolest cucumber because I can figure it out. And because I know that, I can stay in a relaxed state and say, all right, that's okay. Give me a minute and we will, the solution is here. That's power. Not forcing, like, shut up. We don't, no, I'm not doing it. Do you see how beautiful this is? I'm out here, got the silk on, got the sundress, got oiled up in the sun, chilling, hydrated. What do I have to be upset over? With anything. And when I took my sexy walk this morning, which is one of my favorite things, I went extra early and I was taking a walk, and I'm really seeing the beauty of where I am and my power. And I was taking a walk, and as I was walking, I received a message from my friend. The sun is so beautiful, it's so incredible. It is. And I made my own oil concoction. That's why you see just this radiant glow. Like I feel magnetically powerful. It's amazing. Everything is great in life and getting better. So as I was taking this walk, a friend of mine sends me a message as I'm turning a corner to this beautiful grassy pasture that I take off my Birkenstocks and I ground myself. I walk on the grass. You know, walking on my grass or walking in grass is like a superpower. I love to ground myself. I love to feel the earth. I love to feel the grass, the green, vibrant grass between my toes. And there's been quite a few rains. That's what I love about April rains. April showers bring May flowers or Maine golden poppy flowers like me. And so the vegetation is lush and green, and there's bees that are pollinating and fertilizing all of the flowers. I just see all of this beauty and abundance and wealth in all of the plants that surround us. Yes, 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 yes. And try daily, even if it's outside on your concrete for a minute or 10 minutes. Daily grounding is good, or it's helpful for our body as much as we can. You can bring rainwater in and like flick it on your skin. You can, and anything from outside will help to ground you. So I turn the corner. A friend sends me a message. I send it back. I look up. I see that friend. That friend that had just sent me the message. I see them at the end of the green pasture, and I was like, how powerful! Like we can pull each other into our realities because they just sent me a message 15 seconds ago. I replied, I look up and I see them. So I was really incredibly happy. And I began to walk towards them, and they came and hugged me. And they said, oh, I needed that hug from you today. Hope, I'm so excited to see you. And I had a dream about you. I was like, what? They said, yeah, I've had a dream about you twice. I said, what? Tell me. Tell me. This is why we ran into each other. So they told me about this amazing dream. And then we spoke, and I went on with my day. And so I went on with my day, And I continued on, and I was drawn to this shop, to this store. So I went into the store thinking, I want a beautiful new sundress. Like I speak about dressing every day, showing up. I'm showing up for life every single day. Let me hydrate. Thank you, Prophet, for liking the live. And Mag, let's get this up to 10. I mean, really, we should have it up to 50, but let's keep liking the live. I mean, look at the sun. Look at the sun out here. And I will show you how I made this into a dress. So, my other camera fell. Working out a technical difficulty. So, this is what I did. This is one of my dad's like aloha shirts, and what I did was I took some buttons and just buttoned it here, and this is actually the sleeves, and I just tied it here and tucked it and tucked it, and I made it into like a little cute sundress. Isn't it so cute? This is how creative I am. Isn't it cute? So it's my dad's, like, it's this silk aloha shirt. And all I did was I took the top two buttons, or the second button, and I just buttoned it. So here's the top, this is the collar. And then I took the sleeves and I just cinched it at the waist. And then I tucked it. And then I tucked it like, isn't that so cool? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to be doing this, and there's my dad has all of these beautiful silk shirts. Thank you. That I'm going to like either re-sew or restyle like this, because they're all well made and I love silk. And just from doing this, I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I love this. And I put on some shorts underneath, but it's cute. So I went into the store with the expectation to buy a dress, because thank you, Marquita. What's up, Marquita Gilbert? Thank you for the heart me. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Marquita, for liking the live. Continue to like and share the live. So I went into the store, and as soon as, first of all, here's the greatest thing. It was TJ Maxx. And as I was walking up, I saw people waiting outside. Like, I saw the gates rolling up from the front of the store. And I was like, oh, the store's just opening. Thank you, Marquita. I appreciate every time you come and give me love. I appreciate it. I love it. It's wanted, it's needed, it's received. I claim it. Thank you. So they were rolling up the gate at the TJ Maxx. It hadn't even opened. And there was a couple. It was a man and a woman. And I walked up to the front and I said, thank you, Prophet, for sending more gifts. You know I love the gifts. Send as many gifts as possible. I love it. And I will request more than one rose, because it's me. And as I said, the real gift is always just your presence. And my mom says, take the gift. Take the gift, take the money, take it all. So you can also send the gift. You can go to my link in bio and Cash App me, Venmo me, or PayPal me. That's always a lovely gift. So I thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the 48 roses, Prophet. So I go to the front of TJ Maxx. It's not open. There's two people waiting. The fences, the little guard thing is rolling up. And I say, is it open? They said, oh, it's about to open in like 2 minutes. Yeah, we're the first. I said, wow, I've never been the first. This is great. So I'm there in front of TJ Maxx and I'm like, I'm the first. No one else is in there. I get to see the best things when they're freshly on the floor. So within a few minutes, the manager comes and unlocks the doors, and I'm the first in. Isn't that already great? That I'm the first in the store. And so I walk in, and people are so cheerful because I'm so cheerful. They're like, hi, good morning. And I walk directly to like sunglasses. And I see some beautiful black sunglasses. I love a classic black sunglass. Can never go wrong. Never. Never. And I see a pair and they're on sale. I was like, excellent. Of course. The day just keeps getting better and better and better. So I pick those up and then I go over to the cosmetics aisle. Now, again, I'd already seen a good friend. They had told me this beautiful message that was delivered to them through a dream. I continued to walk and I happened to stop by TJ Maxx, which wasn't opened, but they were pulling up the gate. They unlocked the door. I was first in. I find some exceptionally beautiful sunglasses on sale. I walk over to the cosmetics and I meet this woman named Sandra, who is a sales associate. And I start talking. I start talking. So I'm like, good morning. I'm so happy to be here because I was the first in and I get to see all of the things that are put onto the floor before everyone else. And I'm so excited. And Sandra was like, yeah, and look, we just did a massive markdown. So there's all of these things. Let me show you. And I said, you know what? I'm looking for my classic red lip. I love a red lipstick. I just found a perfect OPI red nail polish. And here's the thing. I don't always wear the same red, but it's always a red. So I have different variations. I have a blue red, I have a pink red, I have an orangey red, but all of my nail polishes fall under that red motif. I love it. I feel sexy. I feel powerful. When you get out of the shower and you just see that beautiful red nail on the beautiful golden skin and the muscles, it just does something to you. It just invigorates you. It just feels so good, okay? So I came in, I found the glasses. I found a new perfect shade of red from OPI. I picked that up too. I go over to the cosmetics aisle. Thank you. I did, yeah, and there's gonna be more red lipstick today. I mean, I'm switching it up, but this is like my golden California glow. Ultimately, I see some content about people like, oh, I'm putting on my makeup for the ocean to go to the beach. Your ass isn't getting in the water then. Like, the difference is I get in the water. I'm not putting on, well, first of all, I'm not putting on lashes, but I'm not contouring and foundation. I know who's going to get in the water and who's not. I'm not putting all of that on to jump in the water. You guys aren't getting in the water. There's people who actually go to the beach to get in the water. They typically aren't wearing makeup. Let me say that. So, my look is very outdoor friendly. It is, as I say, Super Goop Glow Screen. It's SPF, it's waterproof, some lip gloss, some brow gel, maybe mascara, but if I'm going swimming, probably not. I just don't care for all of that. But I love my red. So I speak to the woman and she said, oh, you are so lucky. You were the first one in. And we have a whole bunch of markdowns. So she shows me the markdowns and she says, let's look for a lipstick for you. So we begin to look and then she doesn't find anything marked down. But she says, let's go to the official cosmetics space. This is just cosmetics that are marked down. Let's go over here and find you your red lipstick. Okay? So I walk over there and immediately I find my perfect red lipstick. Like, this was all this morning. And I said, you see, you always find exactly what you need. You always find exactly what you need. Like, I didn't even know I was going to come today. I was just coming out for my morning walk before I get to my day. And look at this. I know it's such a powerful color. And I'm sharing this story because there's a beauty in knowing when I say I'm always okay, I'm always protected, everything is always working out. I just believe it. And it's a power. Thank you, Mag, for sending the roses. However, the good afternoon is the requested gift. So I love all the roses, but the good afternoon is the requested gift. Please and thank you. Thank you for the 100 roses. And thank you, Ashley Butt 63 for the follow. So I found it and then we started talking and she said, your energy is so infectious. And I said, thank you. And she began to share about her life. And it just reminded me of how we're humans. Thank you, Slusher555. I love that. I've been seeing that a lot. What's up, Colorado? And I've had a lot of great stories in Colorado. I love the air in Colorado. It's so fresh. I used to go spend time with my friend in Denver, who was a news reporter. And I have another close friend of mine who lives in Aurora. However, thank you, Mag. There you go. You ask and you shall receive. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Ladies, all you got to do is ask. You got to ask for exactly what you want. You see, Mag was already sending me a lot of roses. He sent me like hundreds of roses. It wasn't until I asked for what I want that he immediately obliged. This is the same thing with life. What do you want? What do you want? I just spoke out loud what I wanted, and it came. And I was sharing this with the person in DJ Maxx because I said, yeah, I came to get this and a beautiful dress. And I found, thank you. I really appreciate you, Mag. That's why I have that extra glow on my skin. You see, it is looking so good. Jeez Louise. Even in the reflection, I'm like, wow, it looks amazing. And I gotta say this. This isn't skincare. When someone comes in my live and says, Hope, what do you use on your skin? It's nothing I'm using. It's me. This is happiness. This is rest. This is water. This is joy. You can't bottle this, baby. You got to become it. You have to become it. You can still compliment me, though, Mag. There's other ways of complimenting. The complimenting was in the gift. The gifts are always the best compliment. I am my mother's child, okay? My mother believes in a great gift in all of that. So I always will accept and ask, okay? You hear me? I love it. I love when a man is like, of course, Hope, here you go. Because that's what they do. That's what's normal for me. I prefer not even asking and it's just given to me. And that happens too. So I was sharing with a woman how it was so incredible. I came out on this walk and I found exactly what I wanted. And I said, I'm a speaker. And what's up, handsome? How's it looking today, handsome? Handsome University. Why did I know about the university full of handsomes? Thank you, Keisha, for the follow. Keisha Hutch. Thank you for the follow, Keisha. So I was explaining I'm a speaker and, I've had a great life, but I'm a badass and that's why I feel good. She said, yeah, and that's also because your parents didn't do everything for you and they didn't pay for you to go to school and they didn't give you everything. I said, yes, they did. That doesn't matter. Let's talk about it. As a parent, and I am not a parent. However, my goal as a parent is to be able to provide everything for my kids. Just because everything's provided doesn't mean that I'm not able to provide it for myself. So I don't see that divide. And I quickly said, yeah, first of all, they did. Secondly, that built me into a beast because it doesn't matter how I'm getting it, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. This thought of, well, if your parents get it for you, you don't know how to get it if you don't have it. That's BS. That's not true. There is a space where that exists. However, if it comes down to the person, because they provided everything for me. You think when they don't, I'm just going to say, oh, well, I guess I won't have it. Nah, I'm going to do what it takes because that's what I want. I know, and I've said this, my mom says, you are the most expensive kid. You're the most expensive. Yeah, I like what I like, but I don't shift that for anyone. Here's the other thing. This isn't TikTok expensive. I'm going to get on my soap box and talk my ish real quick. And it's for a different generation because I'm 40. I've been doing this a long time. There's a difference between someone who recognizes something that is deemed expensive because they saw it on an app and someone who's curated their life so they like what they like. And also, my father is a spectacular man who showed me beautiful things. So I'm not looking at something and saying, I want this because I saw it on TikTok or I saw it somewhere and it's expensive. I know what's well made. I know things that are well done. And I discovered that through my own travels throughout the world. There's a difference. There's a big difference. I've shared, I don't really care about a bag or anything you can buy in a store. I want the one of a kind that you had to source. If you could go get it in a store, I don't really care. That means anyone can. But it's also the fact that there's a beauty to having your own style and not a style of, I like this because of its high cost. And I said this because when this sales associate said this, my parents did do everything for me. And I have an insatiable work ethic. I will get it done. I am a beast. I will not give up. I will do what it takes. I do not care about it. You may have to think in unorthodox ways, but if you want something, you get it. You don't make the excuse of, I can't get it because it's not for me. I can't get it because it's hard. I can't get it because if I do, then I would have to leave my job. I'm getting it, period. I don't care I don't care about a barrier. That is just for me to grow into the way to find the way to get it out of the way, period. This thought that they only have it because someone gave it to them, maybe, but what does that have to do with you? If you want it, get it. Make your own way. Create your own story. Create your journey too. Create your path. Instead of saying, I can't get it because they were given it or they had a leg up. Possibly. So what? What does that have to do with you? How are you not standing in your power to say that's how they got it, but I'm getting it too in my own way? That's it. I don't take this whole it's like loser's mentality. Who wants to brag about why they couldn't achieve? In fact, I love the story of I was knocked down 12 times. And on that 13th time, when I decided to not give up, that's when I got it. That's a part of the story. That's a part of the story. You have to be an insatiable beast in life. And crazy enough to know that it's for you. However, build your life. I often say my energy comes from building an incredible life. I'm a G. I'm respected, I'm known, I'm doing it. But that's because what's the other option? To say it's hard? Yeah, it is. So what? I don't care about that. I care about the glory afterwards. I care about the work that I put in consistently. I care about doing it so maybe someone else says, damn, I'm going to try my damn self. Not the opposite. Every barrier you set up for yourself is the same reason why you could be successful. I didn't graduate with my class. Me. I was in all AP classes. I was ditching school and I was just as sociable as I am now. It's not like I didn't care. I just, number one, knew I had the smarts to get through life. I trust myself. I make great decisions. I will not give up anything in life because I didn't walk with my class. It means nothing. It means what you make it. That's what happened. Grow from it, be better, go. Forget about it. Cut it loose. It doesn't matter. It was 22 years ago. If that's still dictating how you show up in life, you haven't learned the goddamn lesson. Period. That's the lesson. When I said I'm going to get up out of this small town and live an incredible life, that's exactly what I did. I did not say I can't do this. Everyone laughed at me. This is why I can't do it. It was the complete opposite. I'm sharing this because both are true. It's just, what do you choose? Choose ye who you serve. Are you choosing the power in you or the disempowerment? If it's about the disempowerment, I don't have time for that. That's whack. That's been done so many times. I win over here. It looks good over here. I say that. It looks real good. It's real healthy. It's real successful. It's real authentic. And it's also kindness. It's all of it. It's a oneness with myself that we all deserve to win. However, I deserve this. So it doesn't matter what it takes. It'll take what it takes. Do what it takes. If it's the voice to inspire, then inspire. I didn't care about how I was inspiring. It was the fact that I'm showing up every day inspiring. Someone may need to hear this encouragement. Someone may be on the brink of giving up. Someone may just need to hear this energy and see this glowing skin to say, actually, that is the jump, the energy, the flow that I needed to say, hey, today's fantastic. What's up, Nia? The opposite is whack. The opposite is whack. Stop making up excuses for why you can't succeed. Why it won't happen for you. Why it hasn't happened for you. When you begin to when you argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. I can't have it because it's too much work, and when I put in the work, why are you even telling me the reasons why you can't be successful in that thing you want? Why do you need to justify that and share it with me? Are you actually sharing it with yourself? Because in reality, as soon as you say you can't have it, no one needs to know the reason why. No is already no. My niece would say, I would ask her something like, hey, are you going to try out for the soccer team? No, because I don't think I would like it because there's people on that. I said, hey, you don't need to justify it. The no is the no. As soon as you say no, you can stop talking because that's the justification for yourself. That's it. I don't need to know why you justified why you can't have what you want. Thank you, Nia, for the friendship necklace. And this is my friendship necklace that my friend made me. Isn't it beautiful? It says Hope Diamond, Hope's Diamond. She had this made for me, and I think it's so beautiful because I've been embracing blue a lot, as you've seen whenever I've spoken, and even today I'm wearing blue. Yeah, no is a complete sentence. I don't justify anything. Here's the other thing. I haven't lived with my parents, thank you, or anyone who's in authority. I'm my authority. I don't justify myself to anyone. Thank you, 6'2", for you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I don't justify anything to anyone with compassion. I don't need to. Stop justifying things. Oh, I can't go out tonight because if I stay out tonight, then I'm going to be sleepy tomorrow. No, I'm not coming out. Thank you for the offer. I'll see you later. That's it. I don't justify. I don't need to. For what? That's justification for insecure people who always have to justify why they aren't showing up because of their people pleasing tendencies. I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't justify my taking up a space. I don't justify for the things that I want in life. I had someone once come over to my house in Maui, and my home was behind this other home. And I said, hey, drive up to the back and park by my car in the back. So they drove up and they parked by my car, and they said, oh, you bougie. I said, no, I'm Hope. I don't know what that means, but I'm Hope. Here's the other thing. That is your perception of me. It has nothing to do with me. I like what I like, and I show up how I show up. That can be a space that people feel uncomfortable with those labels. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means when you see that, that means this for you. But for me, I'm just Hope. I like what I like. I buy what I buy. I do what I do. I'm Hope. And the person said, I get it. I do what I want. I do what I want. That is the difference. I had someone, it was my mom, and she said, oh, I ate this, but I didn't finish it. I'm going to have it later. You know, it was so much. I said, I don't actually need to know all of that. And a part of that explaining ourselves is a part of that people pleasing. I need to explain why I didn't finish my food, because there's a space where I always need to finish my food. And if I don't finish my food, I need to let you don't need to let me know. First of all, I don't care, but we're adults. Why do you need to justify I don't care. If you didn't finish it, I'm not even looking at it. No, all you have to do is stop. Once you're aware of your people pleasing, like, the onus is on you. Saying, well, I'm still a people pleaser. Well, you're aware of it now. You're aware of it. There's moments when we're unaware. Once you're aware, sure, but it doesn't matter. You're not a child anymore. You don't have to repeat that story. That was the story through my childhood, but I'm an adult. I show up differently. I do not justify and say this is why I do it. That's why I might have showed up in that way. However, that doesn't work for me. Say that instead of constantly saying the same story. Because the reality is, our life is just a story that we continue to share. Life is a book of stories. Are you in your power, or are you disempowered? I always do this. I don't know how to change. Okay, well then, I don't know. That doesn't sound great. You don't know how to change, or you're learning how to change. How about that? I've done this and I'm in a space of learning how to change. I've done that and I'm changing. I've done that and I have changed. Change your words. It starts with that. It starts with, instead of saying, I think it was taught as children and carries over as, it might have been what I was taught, but I no longer abide by that. I now show up differently. I'm working every day to show up differently. I enjoy showing up differently. I'm powerful. Thank you, Faith, for the follow. I love that I'm in a space where I'm aware of ways that I used to people please, and I actively, daily do the things opposite of what I have been doing. Because that's all it is. It's you choosing the opposite. If your choice was always, I'm not going to speak up because I don't want them to get offended, what's the opposite? Speaking up, then speak up. Then speak up. Everything is programming. Everything is programming. But it also depends, how badly do you want it? There's so many individuals that are defined by that story where I'm safe with that story because then I have a reason. And then I have someone to blame. And then I have the reason why I am this way. And then I don't really have to take full accountability because it was the others. So I will stay holding on to this story because that's what's safest for me. And if I don't have this story, that means what? Does that mean I can change it? Does that mean I can trust myself? Does that mean that people may not have been operating in the most beneficial ways? Possibly. But it doesn't matter. The story is one of showing up in power. I'm not a people pleaser. F that. F that. How does that empower me? How does that empower me? To please you. I don't even know what you like. So I'm changing myself so much that I don't even recognize me. I don't even recognize me because I want you. I don't even know how to love myself. But if you choose me, then I think you want of me. That's crazy. Thank you, Grace and Coco, for sharing the live, especially as women. F that. Let me tell you, I'm the greatest. You're the greatest. A partner is great. Men are great. They aren't that great, though. No one is that great for me to give away my power, especially a man. Let me tell you, especially. There was a time where I had shared with a gentleman how I had felt a sense of anger towards men because unknowingly, as a woman, I'm like contorting myself for the comfort of a man. I don't care. I'm powerful. I am extremely powerful and analytical, and I know my stuff. And there's ways that maybe people don't feel comfortable with that. I don't care. My life isn't to ensure someone is comfortable, especially a man. Whether that's me showing up in my sexual self, in my business self, with my power, just how I want to show up as myself. In my body, I do not care how a man perceives me because my perception of myself is actually the goal. That's why I told you I'll tell these dudes whatever they want to hear, hop on the plane and go see another one. I don't care. Okay. So I already know what it's like to have an amazing male figure. So I'm not chasing you for that. In fact, you need to chase me. You need me. I don't need you. I can probably see through your insecurities as a man. And if I was in a space, I could possibly use that to my advantage. However, what is subdued balance? I don't even know what that means, 6'2" for you. I don't know what that means. Balance is a balance. Balance, it sounds great, but what the F does that even mean? The other thing is a lot of words, as a wordsmith, as a professional speaker, I am paid to talk. People pay me to talk. Hey, there's some of y'all, stop saying these things that sound great that you don't actually know the definition of the word. I have to say it. I have to say it. Because I just looked up the definition of subdued. It means to overcome. How do you overcome balance? If we're building grammar, to overpower or to encapture balance doesn't even compute. Let me think of the word will come to me. And I say that fully in my power. Like, this is specifically to women. Our power is great. However, the power comes from sitting in your power. I'm powerful because I can walk away. I will always choose myself. And I've said this about partners, and they've all been incredible men in their own right, successful in their own right, intelligent and powerful in their own right. And I will leave your ass because the journey is me. And the beauty of that is knowing, like, this is great, and that's just it. I don't care to align with it. Like, I can do both. I can do both. I will kick you to the sideline, and it's because of me. It's actually not you. It's never, well, you need to tone down. Why do I need to listen to you about toning down? Why? So I can be with a person? That doesn't even make sense. In reality, the person you're with is always you. It's always you. And there is a space where there may be a really warped sense of what love is, which is just acceptance of bad behavior. Bad behavior is not accepted. Yeah. However, let me share this with you. If you are constantly cheating on me, I don't think that's love. That is not something where I could say, he was working through. No, first of all, I'm Hope. I don't know about y'all. I'm incredible. I haven't really had that experience. If I did, that's done. And when it did happen, what I did was I went and cheated with someone with more. And that's what I will do. There's that too. How does that feel? Here's me in my power speaking my authenticity. How does that feel? Because I'm all for, if we're talking about relationships, if we want to do that, let's do it. Let's go. What's equal and good for you? Listen, baby, I can do it even better. And I share that because that's the lesson I learned in it. That's not something I ever seek to continue. The beauty in the lesson that I found is that's not appropriate, Hope. I don't say that's a failure. I don't say that's bad. What I learned from it was I don't need to be in a space like that. If my automatic thought is, listen, I'm all over the world. I'm on these planes. I can conduct myself like that as well. And I will. And I will. That may not be the space for me to occupy. And I share this because that truth is poignant in knowing that, hello on my YouTube live, knowing that, like, wait a minute, this just isn't healthy. This isn't healthy. And we can have a great friendship and a great just bond and not be romantically paired. But to be in your power is to understand, like, there's a lot of this is a mind game. Meaning I have to see my power and understand my power and believe in my power, whether I see the evidence of it or not. Because I am powerful. I am. But the response of I can't do that, that's hard. Okay, what's the opposite? The opposite is what you have been doing, which is nothing. If you say I would want to do that, but it's hard, so I won't. Okay, so what's your choice? To do nothing? That's why you are staying where you're staying. What is the opposite choice? Maybe I need to think of it as not that it's hard, but it's what I have to learn or what I need to grow into, or it's worth it because